It was supposed to be the start of something new. On the morning of April 17th, 2022, 24-year-old Hannah Caldwell left her small apartment in Ashbury, Missouri, her heart racing with cautious hope. She wore a navy blouse, black slacks, and carried a tan tote with her resume tucked neatly inside. Before pulling onto Highway 52, she texted her best friend, "Wish me luck. This could finally be it." She never made it to the interview. By noon, her phone had stopped transmitting data. By sunset, her silver Toyota Corolla sat abandoned on County Road 19, engine idling, doors unlocked. Inside were her purse, resume, and a cracked phone screen streaked faintly with blood. Hannah grew up in Maple Hollow, a town of 9,000, bordered by farmland and forest. She was the sort of person whose kindness people remembered. Her mother, Caroline Caldwell, once said she looked for good in everything, even when there wasn't much to find. After earning a community college degree in health administration, Hannah returned home to care for her younger brother, Eli, who had cerebral palsy. She worked the overnight shift at a local diner, saving every dollar she could. When Mercy Regional Hospital finally called to schedule an interview, she stayed up half the night rehearsing answers and printing copies of her resume. Her roommate, Tessa Mills, remembers that morning. She was nervous, but glowing, Tessa said later. She told me, "If I can just get this job, maybe things will start falling into place." Those were the last words Tessa would ever hear her speak. 2 months earlier, Hannah had met Aaron Whitlock, a 31-year-old mechanic from nearby Willow Creek. They connected through Facebook Marketplace. She was selling an old laptop to cover rent. Aaron arrived with polite manners, clean jeans, and an easy smile. He complimented her professionalism and told her she reminded him of his sister. It seemed harmless, but soon Hannah began seeing him everywhere. At the diner counter during her shifts, in the parking lot at her gym, in the same aisle of the grocery store. At first, she dismissed it as coincidence. Small towns have small circles. Then came the messages. "You look tired tonight. Long shift?" Or, "I drove past your place hoping you made it home safe." When friends raised concern, Hannah brushed them off. "He's just friendly," she said. "He doesn't mean anything by it." But by mid-March, she grew uneasy. A black Ford F-150 sat idling across from the diner late at night, its headlights off. When she mentioned it jokingly to Aaron, his reply arrived within minutes. "Funny, I was just driving by. Guess I got lucky." That same night, she blocked his number. The next morning, a note appeared under her windshield wiper. "You shouldn't ignore people who care about you." Police documented the report but couldn't act. There were no explicit threats, no proof of harm, just intuition and fear. Hannah tried to move on, focusing on her upcoming interview at Mercy Regional. She even posted online, "Finally some good news, got a call from Mercy." She didn't realize Aaron was still watching. April 17th began crisp and cloudless. At 8 a.m., Hannah left for the 30-minute drive south. Cameras captured her stopping at a Sunoco station at 8:42 a.m., buying a bottle of water and breath mints. Standing directly behind her in line was Aaron Whitlock, eyes fixed on her. Minutes later, both vehicles exited the parking lot. The Corolla first, the F-150 following close behind. At 9:11 a.m., Hannah's phone sent its final GPS ping less than 5 miles from Mercy Regional. Then, it went silent. By lunchtime, hospital staff assumed she had chosen another position. By 2 p.m., Tessa filed a missing person report. That evening, Deputy Reed found her car idling on County Road 19. There were no skid marks, no struggle in sight, just an eerie stillness, as if she had stepped out mid-sentence and vanished into the trees. For 3 agonizing days, Ashbury turned into a search grid. Over 200 volunteers swept fields and back roads. Drones hovered above the tree line. K-9 units combed ditches. Every telephone pole bore Hannah's smiling photo beside the word "missing." Caroline Caldwell stood before local news cameras, clutching her daughter's picture. "If you have her," she pleaded, "please let her come home." She just wanted to help people. Detectives quickly honed in on Aaron Whitlock, the last verified contact. When they questioned him at his auto shop, he appeared calm, even cooperative. "Yeah, I saw her that morning," he said. "She was nervous. I told her she'd do great." But when asked to surrender his phone, he stalled. His truck smelled faintly of bleach, and the passenger seat appeared freshly scrubbed. Detectives noted small scratches on his forearm. 2 days later, forensic teams uncovered tire impressions near a wooded service road off Route 9. The tread pattern matched Whitlock's F-150 precisely. Following the tracks half a mile into the brush, searchers discovered a torn scrap of navy fabric, then one of Hannah's black flats. At 8:17 p.m., a K9 named Ranger stopped near a ravine and began to dig. Beneath a thin layer of leaves lay a shallow grave. Hannah's body was partially concealed by broken branches. The medical examiner determined she had died of manual strangulation between 9:30 and 10 a.m., less than an hour after her final phone signal. Defensive wounds lined her hands. Detective Jason Ford, the case lead, later said, "It wasn't random. He waited until she was alone, then followed her off the main road. Everything about it was deliberate." Police arrested Aaron Whitlock on April 25th. He didn't resist. In his garage, investigators found Hannah's missing earrings, fragments of duct tape containing her DNA, and a torn corner of her resume folder. During interrogation, Whitlock's composure shifted from charm to bitterness. "She asked for help with her car," he claimed. "I left her, fine, but cell tower data placed his phone within 50 yards of the burial site for over an hour that morning. When confronted, he muttered, 'You don't understand. She made me feel invisible again.' A background search revealed 2 prior restraining orders filed against him, one in 2018, another in 2020, both citing stalking and harassment. Neither case had led to charges. The trial opened on March 6, 2023, in Benton County Court. Prosecutor Lauren Chase outlined a chilling progression: admiration, fixation, rejection, retaliation. Over 3 weeks, jurors listened to recordings of Whitlock's late-night messages and saw the note left on Hannah's windshield. "This wasn't love," Chase told them. "This was control. And when Hannah took that control away, he took her life." The defense argued that Whitlock suffered from untreated delusions and had experienced a psychotic break. But his own words betrayed him. In a jailhouse phone call to his mother, he said, "If I couldn't have her, no one would." Hannah Caldwell's testimony silenced the courtroom. Holding a framed photo, she said, "My daughter wasn't a mistake he made. She was a life he ended." After only 4 hours of deliberation, the jury returned with a verdict: guilty of first-degree murder. The judge sentenced Aaron Whitlock to life without parole. He showed no emotion. Carolyn wept quietly. Eli held his sister's photo and whispered, "She finally got justice." In the months that followed, Ashbury tried to heal. A memorial of flowers and candles grew near County Road 19. The diner where Hannah had worked closed for a day so employees could attend her funeral. At Mercy Regional Hospital, staff placed a bronze plaque in the lobby reading, "In memory of Hannah Caldwell, whose compassion continues to guide us." Her friends launched Hannah's Safe Path Initiative, a program encouraging people, especially women, to share trip details with trusted contacts whenever traveling alone to interviews or online meetups. Within 6 months, 20 Missouri towns adopted the same system. In 2023, state legislators introduced the Caldwell Act, requiring social media platforms to expedite the removal of accounts flagged for credible stalking threats. Caroline stood beside the governor as he signed it. Every April 17th, residents gather for a candlelight vigil in Ashbury's town square. Nurses from Mercy line the steps, each holding a candle for a life lost to stalking that year. Tessa attends every year. "She never stopped believing things could get better," she tells the crowd. "That's how I remember her. Not how she was found, but how she lived. Hopeful." Hannah Caldwell's story reminds us that danger doesn't always come from strangers in the dark. Sometimes it wears a friendly smile, a familiar name, a voice that says, "You can trust me." She believed in kindness, in giving people chances, in seeing good even when it hid behind shadows. But kindness should never cost a life. If you or someone you know is being followed, harassed, or made to feel unsafe, don't wait. Report it. Tell someone. Trust your instincts, because the moment Hannah realized she was in danger, it was already too late. Thank you for watching Evidence Uncovered. If Hannah's story moved you, share this video to raise awareness about stalking and personal safety. Leave your thoughts below. Every voice matters. And don't forget to subscribe for more cases where we seek truth, justice, and the stories that must never be forgotten. Because behind every headline, there's a heartbeat. And every heartbeat deserves to be heard.